Hello, hello. Welcome to the video. This is going to be discussing my opinion and my thoughts on the Travis Scott slash Astroworld tragedy events, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people are going to call it a tragedy because it's easy to label stuff like this as a tragedy. And yes, it is a very tragic thing that happened, but it's one of those things that could have been avoided, just like the other event I'm going to compare it to. Now, back in the day, in the world of football, known as soccer in the American states, Liverpool played, I believe it was Nottingham Forest at Sheffield Stadium. It was an FA Cup game. So um, they played the game. Now, a couple of moments before, about a half hour before, when one of the police officers obviously said, open the gates to get the fans in as quick as possible. So they did that. But the pens that they opened was already full. The pens either side were empty, but the middle one was rammed. So you had a full up pen, and you were sending in a couple of more hundred people. So you can imagine, if you know the story of the Hillsborough disaster, if you know the story, then you know that 96 people tragically lost their lives. Why does this? Why am I talking about this in the Travis Scott Astroworld video? I'm going to tell you why. So I think the most recent death count come from the Christina Randall account. She's done a few videos to cover this, so I'm not going to really go into detail, but she has great videos. She does, by the way. Um, 10 people, a couple of kids, teenagers. I think I've seen one where the youngest was 6. The youngest victim was 6, and the oldest is 27. Um, they was all suffocated because it was a large crowd, and the description from some of the people were they were in they were pretty much being swooped around, which is kind of like the same thing that was happening to Liverpool football fans at Hillsborough. They weren't even touching the floor. It was just like you know, so it's the same thing happening. It's history repeating itself at a music festival. Now, I've seen clips. Kylie Jenner posted an Instagram to her Instagram story with an ambulance in the video. Now, if there's an ambulance, I don't think the ambulance was booked to drive through the concert, and she's in a relationship with the organizer. So I'm sure she should have thought, oh, hold on, where's there an ambulance driving through the crowd? That's not normal. Because I've been to concerts, I've been to Glastonbury. Dizzy Rascal felt like a crush, but it wasn't. But we didn't have ambulances driving through the crowd. And I seen a clip of Travis Scott. He was on this like podium thing. Hang on, he was on a podium, and this really frustrates me because there was a dead body. I'm not even joking. Being lifted from the audience. You can't make that up. So he was aware something was going on. And Travis Scott himself seen the ambulance. And he said, whoa. Nothing like, holy crap, maybe I should stop the show. Or, holy hell, what's going on? Can we try and get some help out here? Like, let's stop the show? Nah, just do me full set. Which is wrong. He shouldn't have done the full set. Um, I know he's passionate about his music and he says he loves his fans, but he's lost 10 fans. And most of his fans are young, impressionable people that are going to do what he says and copy what he says. I've sort of like, I've heard bits about it, I've heard some of his stuff. Like, I don't think Travis Scott should have a record label going forward. I think he should be let go by his record company. I don't care if he's talented on the microphone. I don't care if he's talented on the studio in the studio. I don't care what talent he has. The fact of the matter is, at his festival at Astroworld, while he was performing, there was a 10 victim crush. And I know a 10's a small number compared to 96, but that's still 10 people that shouldn't be dead. 10 people died on the 5th of November that shouldn't be dead today. They should not be dead. If they didn't go to that concert, they'd be alive. Thinking of it like that. Kylie Jenner, you're not. No one can hold you responsible. You was watching your man do his thing, but your man's very responsible. Let me put this like this. I don't know if Kylie Jenner or Travis Scott's going to watch this, but what if your kid was in that audience? Your kid's grown up watching someone perform live, and they get crushed. How would you feel? Probably the way that most of the people's families are feeling now. And would you be saying things like, why didn't the performers stop the show? Travis Scott should take 100% responsibility. And I don't want to hear excuses coming out over the next number of months. It was down to the fans. Because it wasn't down to the fans. It was down to the event organisers. Oh, who was the event organiser? A man named Travis Scott. So, take responsibility, Travis. As far as I'm concerned, you're never going to be a fan of mine. I'm never going to be a fan of yours. And you may never be my biggest fan. But I just feel like, someone has to stand here that festival. It's like if a bunch of people died at Glastonbury because there was too many people. If this happened at a Glastonbury festival, the event organisers would take on some responsibility. Are you going to take on some responsibility? I mean, you've got a cult-like following. Well done. Congratulations. So yeah, the way I see it, history has repeated itself. Only it's gone from football to the music industry. And I just hope history don't repeat itself when the families of the victims are fighting for everyone would have kept in the dark. The only reason that people know what happened is because of TikTok videos, and Snapchat, and Instagram. Social media has really pulled something out and shown the world what happened at Astroworld. I strongly believe that there should be no concerts booked by John Scott record, and people should be perform live again. It's tragic. So my thoughts and prayers with the families and the victims. They lost their lives. I really hope they get Travis Scott. Maybe not my father.